Hello and welcome back to my channel. Tonight we are going to do some journal pockets and we are going to make our own patterned paper and then build them up so they will get collaged and also some embroidery. But I'm going to start with giving it some watercolor. So we have kind of a base and at the same time we'll be able to play. And you don't need to know how to do watercolor painting to do this. We are just going to play. So the only thing that I think you should maybe invest in is some good watercolor paper. You get another feeling in the watercolor if you have a paper that is from cotton, and also it will soak up the water in another way than if you use a cheap ordinary paper. But if you don't have any, just take what you have and play on it. If you have something that is a little bit heavier, use that. And then I have taped, so I will get 4 squares like this, and also on the edges, so it will be framed. And it's not so important if you have the measurements perfect, but 4 squares. So then we will put things on top of it so it won't be so. But we are going to do a series of 4 pockets that will be kind of similar, and you can see that they goes together in a series. So I'm going to use a spray bottle, 2 starters, and do just a background painting. So I'm just going to put water on a few spots. Not on everywhere, but here and there. And then we are going to put on some colors. I'm going to start with brown. You know me, and the colors are a bit special. And I'm just going to kind of put in some of the brown color. And I'm just playing with my brush. Nothing specific. Leaving some white space in between here and there, so it's not all covered. You can see I'm splattering a bit, but I don't mind that. So I'm just kind of giving it some different background. Some of them I will go kind of on an edge, so the color will spread from an angle, and the other ones kind of just will float around. You can take more water and just spray it on so that you can really feel that it's floating. Don't be afraid for the water. Let it float and play. Have fun. Watercolor isn't dangerous. You can play and nothing will happen. You can always cover it up, and we will cover some of it up. So don't think you need to do some masterpiece. You can use also watered down acrylic if you would like that, or pencils. You can use the brush to on top of the pencil like this, and use the color instead of, if you put your pencil down right away you will get marks for the pencil, but if you do like this and take the color and put it down, you can use them exactly as these watercolors. Moving on with some blue. Try not to blend them too much. I'm just putting the other color beside it. And still leaving a bit of white space. Use whatever color that makes you happy. I'm going to use a little bit of turquoise also in it. Something like that. I will leave these to dry, and while that is drying we will prepare for how we should continue with these. So I have some blue pieces, and I have some brown pieces, and I have some eco-dyed paper that we are also going to use, and some book pages. So I'm just going to do simple pieces of collage. The watercolor is almost totally dry now, so we can continue doing some collage. So I'm just going to use ordinary glue and just put things down. So the next layer will be some stamping, and I have pulled out a big corner stamp, but I'm just going to use part of it. So I'm just going to try to put this down without making a mess. That, and then I will take, this is a stencil with some letters, and we are going to just do a few of those so that we can paint. So I'm just taking my pen that is waterproof. I had to check. It was a while since I used this one, but it was the right one. So now we are going back to the watercolor, and now you can choose again which colors you would like to use. I'm going to keep with my blue and browns, but that's not necessary at all. You can of course do whatever pattern you want. Circles, numbers, something you like. Butterflies maybe, dragonflies. But I'm going to put things on top of this too, so I'm not going to do too much work. But you can leave them like this if you would like to, and use them without any more layers. So let's go with a little bit of green. So this will be kind of greenish brownish. Kind of thinking, I have an idea that I maybe could start another channel with watercolors. I'm not so fond of blending because everyone doesn't like it. but I really like to play with it, so that might be something I can consider. What do you think about that? You can comment if you would like to see more watercolor painting. And I will probably do it like this, so you can use it in your journals still. This is an easy way to give more life to paper and textile. You can of course do this on textile too. Just be a bit careful so you don't use too much water. On textile it sometimes will blend into the textile and float out and get a bit big. Like that. I'm going to dry these, and then I will be back so we can do the finishing touches with some more layers of paper and textile. So it's time to take these apart and see the result and cut them into smaller pieces. Like that. And now you can decide if you want them straight on the edges like this, or if you want to make them a bit more rough. And you know me, I want them rough. We have 4 pieces to play with. So now it's time to do some textile collage instead. A bit of cheesecloth to starters, at least on this one. So then I'm going for some textile collage pieces. Like this one with the blue roses on. Maybe I will do like this instead and kind of put them together first and then sew if I like that. Taking just some different layers and see what we can put together. That was one that is done. bit too blue, I think. Let's tone this down a little bit with some more cheesecloth. A piece of embroidery. And a piece of dotted lace. Three, and I want a fourth one. And then let's take one with a little bit more color on. So time to do some stitching. So I'm just taking my little white thread and I'm going to just do a few stitches on each and one of these. So I will speed this up too, so you don't need to see me doing every stitch. So it's time to do the finishing touches on these pockets. Giving it some antique linen distress ink on the edges. This one was totally not straight. So then I'm going to glue on the decorations. Using a piece of handmade antique crocheted lace. And then the cluster with embroidery. Sometimes you just need to take your things and look what is suitable for which piece. Often you can see it kind of right away. It has started raining here in Sweden again. I'm so kind of bored over this rain. It feels like we haven't got any new energy for the winter. It has been too much rain and too much boring weather. It hasn't been cold, but when it's raining it just takes a lot of energy anyway, so I would need to go to the sun somewhere in the world for a few weeks, I think. But we will carry on and try to get going. I had one left. And then I think it needs maybe a couple of more things before I feel that it's done. No, not that one. These are antique borders for shelves that I picked up in a thrift stores. Golden edges are never wrong. Cleaning this up a bit with a rag for now. Going to go and rinse it later. I'm almost done. I'm feeling that maybe some text or scribbling. I'm not sure if I want white or if I want black. This just disappeared, so that wasn't. So I think we are done with these 4 pockets. Sturdy from the watercolor paper, and a little bit different in decoration, I think. Now I got a lot of gold on my fingers too. Golden girl from Sweden. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. I will be back, and I hope you like this. Please give me a thumbs up. It will help me to grow my channel and be able to do some more of these tutorials. And if you're not a subscriber, I would really appreciate that. If you're interested in any snippets or journals or papers, you can go over to my Etsy shop. And actually the Ella journal is now in the shop too. And a couple of others I think also can be left in it. So thank you for watching, and see you soon again. I will show the result of a new project tomorrow, so I hope that will be fun. Until next time, bye bye from Sweden.